everybody, Cam S here. Today we are going to be unboxing and assembling the Sanlida Archery Dragon X8 compound bow, and hopefully we will also be able to get a few shots in with it so that I can give my first impression. We will probably be having a more in-depth video a little bit later on with more of a review after I get to shoot it a little bit more. Before we get started though, I would like to thank Sanlida Archery for sending this my way. We agreed that I could get it set up and make it a fishing bow. So I'm excited to see how that works out. I'm excited to do a little bit of bow fishing this year, and make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on any of that. Now let's get into the unboxing. Alright, so let's get into the box. First, opening it up, you have your own soft cover bow case. Now, even further into the box, you have a letter of thanks and your owner's manual. Then, it looks like you have everything that you needed to get set up. It looks like you've got a bag of wrenches, your wrist strap for your bow, quiver, whisker biscuit, a 5-pin sight, and a stabilizer, release, and 12 arrows. There is also a stand for it, and I assume this is a handle to put on it. So it looks like you have everything you need in one box to start off bow hunting or target practicing or whatever you would like to do. This seems to be a pretty good budget bow. We'll be able to make that decision later in my review, but it is made out to be a very good budget bow for people just starting to get into hunting or target practicing, and those that are newer to the sport in general. So I will get everything out of the box and start putting it together. So I think we're going to start out first with putting the arrow rest on. There is already a bolt in here for your whisker biscuit, so go in your baggie of wrenches and just loosen that up. Then you're going to want to put the whisker biscuit towards you, just a little bit behind that bar right there. I'm not going to tighten it too much because I'll have to put an arrow on it later to make sure that it is level. As you can see, it does not take much to put that whisker biscuit on right here. But as you can see, you just go like this. I guess I should do it this way so it's easier for you to see. And then you just push it down in there. Just like that. Which, it may be a little bit too close right now where I have it, but we will have to wait and see. I believe I have gotten it as close as possible without paper tuning it. So that is in position. Now we can put on the sight. The sight actually has a illuminated light right here in the top so that you can turn it on and off. While in low light conditions, the sight also has a little level in the bottom, if you're able to see that or not. There are already screws in it for your sight, so you can take these out right here. And when putting on the sight, you have two separate options for distance, or there's two separate holes to put it through. So, or there's three, but the two front ones are the ones that you need to attach it to the bow to, because I believe the one that is further back is to attach your quiver to. So when doing this, I have done research on it, and for beginners, you're going to want to choose the setting to make the sight closest to you. If you have practiced bows before, then it is kind of your preference, or if you want more precision, you can put it on the one further away, because that will show more of your torque and stuff like that. So as a beginner, you may want to put it closer to you so you're not seeing that micro adjustments downrange, because that will cause a lot of frustration to start off. So if you're a beginner, put it closer to you. If you are wanting to be more precise after you get some practice in, then you can move it to the further setting out. So all you got to do is go right through those guide holes. So now your bow sight is on. I personally chose the farther out option just so I can have more of that preciseness, so that I can see if I'm just a little hair off. So next we can probably put on the quiver. So when you take the quiver, you're going to have to pop out that guide that actually attaches to the bow, and you're going to want to keep in mind which way you took it out so that you can put this face down on to the bow itself. And then with your bag of wrenches, you do get a bag of screws as well, so you're going to need to get those out and okay, that should be in place. So all you have to do to attach the quiver is, I believe, put the top in first, slide it down in, and then snap it right into place. So to take it out, just push it forward and lift up. And then I'm going to take the quiver off just so it's not in my way for right now when I place the other things on here. And the quiver does have an adjustment on it so that you can change the height of where it's at on your bow, and there are screws in the middle that I assume tighten it down so it doesn't slide up and down. You also have a hook at the top to hang it on a branch or whatever you want to hang it on while you are shooting the bow, because personally I do not shoot with the quiver on unless I absolutely have to. I obviously practice with the quiver on sometimes, but typically if I have the opportunity to take the quiver off, it relieves a lot of weight, so that is something that I always try to do. So with that said, you can now attach your stabilizer and your wrist straps. So there is already a guide hole in the wrist strap. You can find the pre-drilled hole right here and start to screw in your stabilizer. And when screwing it in, you're going to want to almost get it completely up and down while tightening it down, because when you get that last tight turn in, it's going to turn it pretty parallel. So then you're going to put it like this, and then it's basically just a average strap that you would put on. Tighten it up so that it is snug but not too tight. Usually you want it to be able to go up to about the bottom of your whisker biscuit or arrow rest. And I think that is about everything for assembly, besides adjusting the draw weight and draw length, which I can show you how to do right now. So basically, to adjust the draw weight itself, you take your wrench, put it into there, and as you can see, it is pretty loose right now, and I have heard that if you can start to see the end of your threads right here, you are loosening it too much. So make sure you are paying attention to that so that you do not over loosen it, so that you have an issue with that. But you just tighten it down. So as you tighten it down, one full rotation according to the instructions is about 3 to 5 pounds. And make sure when you are adjusting this that you are adjusting these both the exact same amount so that you have the same resistance on both limbs. So when adjusting the draw length, there is a chart in the owner's manual to tell you the numbers and how long the draw length will be, so that you match these numbers up with what you want your draw length to be. So I already changed my draw length, and you match these lines right here to line up with that line. It is not where the bolt itself is at. So the first thing you do is take this bolt out, then you flip it over to the other side and loosen this bolt up, and then flip it back over, and this freely moves, and you can get it to where you need your adjustments to be. And like I said, I already lined mine up. It's at 4.5 right now, lining that hash mark up with that hash mark right there. So it is not where this is based on, it is where these lines are based at, to that line right there. Take a quick look real quick. I just noticed this. The case itself actually has a divider in it and actually has little straps so you can actually strap the bow into. So I thought that was nice. Now let's take a final look at the bow. So this is what the final setup should look like. You have your sight, your arrow rest, quiver, stabilizer, and wrist strap. Then it also comes with a release as well, and this, I assume it's a handle for your strings, but I am not necessarily sure. That is the only thing that I can come up with of what it could be. So with all of that said, it is time to get it tuned in and get some practice shots in and get it sighted in as well. And I'll just take you along for sighting it in and just explain a little bit behind that and give my very first impression after shooting the bow. And if I did miss something while explaining how to do this, just let me know and I will reply in the comment sections, or if there's enough of one question or another, I will have to make a video answering all of those questions. So with all that said, let's get outside and start shooting. Well, I took the bow to a shop to have it paper tuned so that I didn't have to deal with it, let somebody more experienced than me do it. So this is my first time shooting the bow. We're going to start off at 5 yards just in case these sights are a little bit off, and I will give you a little bit of feedback after I shoot it. Well, I think the little inconsistencies at 5 yards are too much to judge if it's sighted in or not, so I need to back it up at probably 20 and start sighting it in from there. But at least this way I know that it's not going to be way off when I first get started, that I'm not going to start losing some arrows. Not sure if I can get it much more dialed in than that on a windy day. I may have to wait until a less windy day to get it a little bit more precise. Well, I think I got it as dialed in as I can right now. It is very windy outside, so it's pretty hard to get it precise at 20 yards. So I'll have to wait for a later date when it's warmer so I can be out there longer and less windy so that I can give a full in-depth review on the bow and everything like that. But if you are wondering how to sight in the bow, you have two options. On the bow sight itself, you have these, which one of your wrenches will fit in, which allows you to adjust those pins individually up and down. Then there's also a screw underneath right here on the sight to adjust side to side on this dial, and there is another screw right here for you to adjust up and down. So to start off, you can adjust these ones to get the top sight lined up, and then you can adjust these individually, or you can just start off adjusting these individually depending on what you prefer. But so far, on my first impression, I think it should be perfect for what I'm using it for. I think it is going to be a decent budget bow, but I will do, like I said, a more in-depth review later. And don't forget, you can check out a link down in the description to get yourself one of these bows. And I hope I answered any of the questions that you may have had for assembling the bow, or what comes with the bow and all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions that I did not answer, as always, leave them down in the comment section below. And hopefully it warms up pretty soon so that we can get out and have a more in-depth review, and hopefully it'll warm up enough to get out and actually rig this thing up for some bow fishing and hopefully get some fish with it. That'll be a good time, so make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you again, Sanlida, for sending this my way. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.
Oh my